Now, the Tobago Heritage Conservation Society was formed in 2020 by a group of individuals interested in the conservation and archaeological and built heritage assets on the island and to promote cultural ecotourism for the benefit of citizens and visitors to the island of Tobago. And so joining us this morning to talk more about the society is the co-founder and chairman of the society, Mr. Gabriele De Gaetano. Mr. De Gaetano, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on Now.
Good morning to everybody. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm going to admit I don't know a lot about the Tobago Heritage Conservation Society, and I'm so glad that you're joining us this morning. So I think that may be a good place for us to start. Tell us a bit about the society.
It started as, and still is, a group of volunteers from the different works like archaeologists, historian, people working in archives, in library, and also people that have a passion for the research, for history, and for the outdoor. The group has been joined by students that are participating to a lot of our outing, which are carry us to the field all around Tobago. So it's not only about history, but also about having nice, healthy time outdoor, spending time on trails, discovering and looking at the history of the past, which was very, very important.
Nice.
The island has a lot of resources that can be placed at very, very good use for educational and tourism purposes. And our outing carry us into the 7 parishes, to villages, to hills, to mountain, and we have been creating a database which has become very significant, and that can be made at good use for getting a very good result for Tobago.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned the database because it speaks to the fact that you actually have a data collection where you are collecting the artifacts. But in terms of collecting it, how do you collect the artifacts? Do people from the association or the society go out and find stuff? Or is it that people call in when they may have something they believe is to be historical?
The collection of a database is records water-powered, wind-powered, animal-powered mills, which were the so-called sugar works. Then we catalog water management system, like dam, impounding dam, diversion dam, culvert, and other items like a kiln, indigo factories, and we have also on board a person that have expertise in pre-Columbian, having worked with Dr. Ari Boomert, and under their direction, we have been exploring the smaller artifacts, which have been discovered in areas that were not searched before. In the 90s, when the first archaeological groups were starting searches, everything was conducted mainly around the coastline, while now we have been doing a significant discoveries on the hills and inland.
Interesting.
The artifacts are collected in proper catalog, and also we have private collection that have been made available by person like, for example, Jeffrey Lippincott or Fred and Cindy, who have collected throughout the years, and they have placed this big amount of artifacts at disposal of a society, not for us to keep, but to find a permanent location where they can be exhibited and made available to the students and to the public.
Yeah. And Mr. De Caetano, can you share some of the artifacts you found over the years in terms of oldest, maybe the most preserved, just so we can get a sense of, what the society has?
Yeah, among the pieces pre-Columbian dates back to estimated age of 600 to 1500 AD. There is we have three pieces that are bottle-shaped pestles, which were tools used at the time, that are very, very similar in characteristic to a fourth piece, which is in the Ackerby collection at the American Indian Museum in New York. And the piece was purchased in 1907 by Reverend Ackerby when he was in Tobago. And the specialist in the States indicated an estimated age of 3500 BC to 1500 AD.
Hmm. And where can we see some of these artifacts? Is it that we need to book an appointment to come down to the society, or are there photos available that we can view online?
Allora, yes, we can view per request, and we have a Facebook page which publish a lot of our work every day, and we also exhibit in Bucco. We started on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with giving the possibility to people to come down the location in Bucco and to have a look at photo album, maps, and other ideas that can also be a part of an itinerary for a person that want to come and explore Tobago even by themselves.
Yeah.
We also partner with Angelo Bissessa Singh Virtual Museum of Trinidad and Tobago.
Hmm.
We are very active with them. We interact every day, and we have been posting to a membership of 53,000 plus members approved, with a view so far of approximately 450,000 viewers. And the platform is very interactive in terms of the question and followers that are all very, very much interested in heritage,
Yeah.
which signal also the availability of having a product that can be utilized for people coming visiting to the island as in addition to the other resources that this beautiful island has to offer.
Of course. And how can people join the society? I mean, if you want to be part of the society, if you also want to join and, continue doing the work, how can people join? For example, is there a criteria? Do they need to have a certain sort of academic background to join?
No, the aim of the society is to make people aware of the history of the island, and that is what we are doing, especially with the students in the schools. We started on a very small unofficial scale with history teacher, keen in expanding the information made available to their students, and with a combination of theory and history and hikes, we prepare a very, very good product. We have also, we are now planning another event scheduled for August, where a group of students will be participating to a 2 days event, sifting material at the site, which has a substantial amount of artifacts, which will be then cataloged and properly recorded and placed in storage for further use.
Yeah. And if anybody wants to contact the society, Mr. De Gaetano, any numbers you can share with us?
Best is to call my number, which is 715-5465. And we can give all the type of information also via WhatsApp. And the best thing is plan a visit to see our headquarters, which is in Bucco Village, and we will be very, very glad to have you and to welcome and to introduce to what the island has to offer.
And remind us where it's located. Did you say it was in Buku?
Yes, it's in Bucco. It's upstairs the Italian restaurant, La Tartaruga. I'm also a chef, and so when I'm not in the kitchen, I'm actually on the field.
Nice. Mr. De Gaetano, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Thank you for sharing exactly what the society does. I know that I do, and a lot of our viewers now have a better understanding of the work that you're doing in terms of preserving our artifacts on the island. So thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And that was Mr. Gabriele De Gaetano, the founder and chairman of the Tobago Heritage Conservation Society, giving us a synopsis of what the society does and how they're preserving our country's artifacts. On the Now Morning Show, we're going to take a break and be right back. Stay with us.